Thinking about how to use specific comments to fix problems in our writing leads us to the next characteristic of effective feedback, giving helpful comments. While it's important for reviewers to point out where and what the strength or weakness of the essay is, it's not always enough. Comments are most helpful when they give concrete suggestions for revision without taking over the writer's work. Let's look at our thesis statement example again. Your thesis statement needs work. It should be arguable. As the writer, I might realize that it's not arguable, but still not be sure about what to do next. What if the reviewer instead said, your thesis statement needs work. It should be arguable. Say that you agree with the decision to ban cell phones in class. That might be one way to fix the problem, but it doesn't really let me, the writer, decide what I want to say. So let's try something different. What about, your thesis statement needs work. It should be arguable, so you need to pick a side and defend it, not just list all possible sides. Yes, I think that would help. Adding this information gives me a clear direction about what I need to do. First, I need to pick a side, and then I need to give reasons to defend my position. But this comment also lets me decide exactly how I want to go about fixing this problem. However, it's not as polite as it could be. Let's review some polite expressions that you can use when making suggestions. First, how about? For example, how about adding one or two more examples to support your point? You might try verbing, or you could try verbing. For example, you might try using some more concrete examples. Maybe you could verb. For example, maybe you could include a different example. Maybe try verbing. For example, maybe try taking a little more time to define this term to make sure the reader understands. You might want to try, you might want to consider, you might want to think about, or you might want to avoid verbing. For example, you might want to avoid using the expression, in my opinion. It might be a good idea to verb. For example, it might be a good idea to make your thesis statement more concrete. And lastly, it might be better if you verb. For example, I think it might be better if your thesis statement were a little more parallel.